Parents come to us because they're seeking something different, and Waldorf education is different. It really honors childhood, and it really focuses on helping children learn how to love learning so that they can learn throughout their entire lives. Our early childhood program is a really unique experience for young children. They are welcomed into an environment that's very natural and soft and nurturing and loving. And what they're learning in our early childhood program is all kinds of academic capacities. And they're also learning social emotional capacities, and they're moving through their different stages of development.
We weave mathematical concepts into our everyday activities. For example, we would do that with setting the table, looking at how many items are missing. If somebody is helping the teacher to set the table, we might say, oh, I see that there are some napkins missing. How many napkins are missing? Oh, now how many do we have? Very simple things like that, but it encourages children to be familiar with early mathematical thinking, and that really helps them to be familiar with these topics as everyday topics and not academic topics.
In early childhood years, imitation is very important for young children. So the way that the teachers speak to them, how they do things, the children are always watching all of those things. The other thing that's really important about early childhood education is just routine. So in early childhood, having a rhythm throughout the day and throughout the week. The children come to know what to expect every day, and at each point in the day they know what's coming next. So that takes away a lot of anxiety, which can inhibit their learning. So routine, rhythm is super important. In the early grades, the students come to school, they start their day outside, rain or shine, and they're outside probably, I would say, 50% of their day. So there's lots of time for free play. They are able to socialize, play in nature, all of those kind of things. They have plenty of time to do that.
Waldorf education encourages interaction between students because we are a learning community in its truest form. By creating a cohort within a class, the students learn to work together and also to work through challenges with one another. They make deep, long-lasting relationships. And they also learn to work through conflict. And because of that, and because we structure our work so that it is a social experience, they learn together, they help one another. That lets them start to see their learning process as something that isn't in isolation, but is in cooperation.
I think we often use the term strong-willed to define children if we mean that they follow the beat of their own drum. And really what we're talking about when we're saying the word will in this statement is developing the will to work on a task with sustained effort towards a common goal. And so when we are talking about developing the will in a Waldorf classroom, we are referring to teachers providing opportunities for students to stretch and grow their capacity for sustained attention, for focus, for collaboration with peers and teachers, to do these things in a developmentally appropriate way so that they are met with just the right level of challenge that keeps them continuing along that path.
They're learning to focus, they're learning to follow through, they're developing their will, they're developing collaboration skills with their peers and social emotional skills. They're developing impulse control. They're learning to follow multi-step directions. They're using their little fingers to do difficult things and their big motor skills outside to do wonderful things with balance and running and jumping and yelling and having a wonderful time. And it's all done through play. So the children don't realize that they're learning, but they are. They're learning every day. And to them, they're just coming to a warm, home-like environment, moving through very predictable, safe, joyful routines, and being loved by those around them.